I'm gonna make, okay. Can you guys see me and hear me okay? Let me know. Awesome, awesome. Sorry about that little technical glitch we just had. Okay, well, let's see, it's 6:02, and I'm gonna get started in just a minute. I wanna honor the people that are here on time, and I also really want to keep this to an hour because I know that some of us are planning on jumping on the MLSP webinar that starts in 1 hour from now, which is gonna be awesome, as it always is. And so I wanna make sure that if you are planning on doing that, and I'm planning on doing that, that we can do that. So I have a lot to cover in a short amount of time, and hopefully I can get it all covered and have time for Q&A at the end as well. So I'm just gonna kind of cruise right along tonight, and then, like, if there's, you know, if you're having issues with anything, let me know in the chat. But for the most part, I'll be sharing my screen, and I'm just gonna jump right in and show you everything that I promised tonight. So if you're here and you're not on my team in MLSP, welcome. This would normally be a training just for my team. We do these trainings just for the team a lot of the time. But I wanted to open this up to the public tonight because I feel like this training is beneficial for anybody, even if you're not in MLSP. As a matter of fact, if you're not in MLSP, this is a really good opportunity for you to see what's available here and why MLSP is such an incredible tool to help you build your business. Now, I'm not going to be going into an MLSP overview. There's so many things that I'm just not going to have time to go into tonight, but you will get a really good understanding of what we have here with MLSP Sites, which is the newest addition to the MLSP platform. It's a blogging platform that is so, so, so powerful. And I'm going to show you some of the features of it tonight. Not to mention the blog that I built. It's very, very simple. And I built it in under 2 hours. And if you don't already have content that you're moving over from another blog or anything like that, it won't even take you that long to do something simple like I did. And you can get as extravagant as you want. I used a more simple theme. There's other themes that you can use where you customize every little thing. I'm going to show you all the things that I customized with the theme that I chose and go into that. But this is a platform where it's literally changing the game in the network marketing or the internet marketing space, because blogging is, in my opinion, and not just my opinion, but a lot of people's opinion, blogging is one of the most, if not the most powerful way to build your brand, to become the hunted instead of the hunter, where you have a hub on the internet where people can find you, where you can put out valuable content and people can come and find you there and learn more, learn how to take it further if they want to work more closely with you, or if they want to use the system that you're using, or they want to get the blogging platform that you're using, or whatever it is. And so having a blog is, the best way to develop a presence on the internet. You can have all kinds of social media sites all over the place doing, posting all kinds of stuff on there and putting links on there or whatever, but those social media sites are not yours. You don't own them. A, they can get shut down at any time, and B, people are distracted when they're on there. They're not just there looking at you. They're looking all over the place because there's so much going on. Whereas when they come to your blog, you can show them everything that you're about in one place. And so a blog is such a powerful way to be able to position yourself as an expert in your niche, no matter what niche that is, and to be able to develop a relationship with the people that show up there. I'm going to show you tonight a lot of different ways that you can give people an opportunity to leave their, hey Kevin, to leave their contact information on your blog in exchange for whatever it is that you want to give them in return. And the beautiful thing about MLSP is that MLSP provides us with tons of valuable resources that we can give away for free. So when someone comes to our blog, we can offer them an Instagram training or a Periscope training or a Pinterest training or whatever for free, something that looks really nice and something that's already been created, something that's already like an amazing, what we call lead magnet, where people want it and they want to exchange their contact information in exchange for it so that they can get that training. And then what happens is you now have that person's contact information, so you can stay in touch with your list. So, you know, having a blog has been the biggest source of leads for me. I've been online for about 8 years now, and most of my leads have come from my blog. Almost all of my leads have come from my blog. So that's what I'm going to show you tonight. I'm going to show you how, if you don't have a blog yet, how you can use MLSP sites to set one up quickly and easily and have one of the sleekest blogs out on the internet today, because this platform is so amazing. So I'm going to show you that. And if you're already in MLSP, you know, if you're on my team, hey guys, I'm glad you're here. And if you're not yet, what I'm going to, you know, if at some point tonight you decide you want to be part of our team, just get back to the person that invited you here tonight, and they will give you a link to you where you can start MLSP for literally, you can get a $10 trial and just set up your sites just like I'm going to show you how to do tonight and get rolling so that you can, you know, get your business up and running and have a really powerful 2016 with your new blog. So welcome to everybody. I'm glad you guys are here. And, you know, I don't, like I said, I don't want to take a lot of time with introductions and fluff or anything like that, because a lot of us are planning on jumping on the MLSP webinar that starts right at the top of the hour. And you know what? I forgot to plug my computer in. So hang on one second. I got to grab my power cord. Okay, don't want my computer to die in the middle of the thing. Okay, so, yeah. So welcome to all of our new team members who are here joining us as a team member for the first time. Welcome to all of our guests. And so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna show my screen. And, you know, when teaching how to set up a blog, it's a little bit, it's not exactly a streamlined process because there's so many pieces of the equation. So I'm going to do it in as streamlined a way as I can so that you can kind of see, you know, the steps to take to set up a blog quickly and easily with MLSP sites. Now, like I said, I have a lot to cover in a short amount of time. So this is being recorded. The replay will be right here on this page after this ends. So if you need to come back, what I suggest is if you need help setting up your blog, you can come back and you can watch this video and you can pause it. After the fact, when you watch the replay, you can pause it and implement as you go so that you can, you know, you can implement everything that I'm going to show you tonight really easily. Okay, so let me share my screen. Hang on a second. Where is that page? Hold on. All right, so you guys should see my blog here. And while I'm doing this training, I'm not really going to be able to see the chat. I will check it from time to time, but I won't really be able to check it. So, you know, feel free to post questions if you have them, and I'll go through them at the end, or hold them to the end, whatever you prefer. Okay, so real quick, can you guys just tell me if you can see my screen? Actually. All right. All right, so that should be good. So this is the home page of my blog that I created with MLSP sites. And this is, I'll show you exactly what theme I'm using, but I didn't really change much about this theme. I changed, okay, good, you see my blog, awesome. I need to probably mute this thing out. Okay. Okay, so when I created this blog, like I said, I did it quickly. I didn't take a lot of time to like go crazy and change every element of the site. I just basically used the theme the way that it was set up already. And I just, you know, I changed a couple of the colors. Like I customized these colors and stuff, but for the most part, this is just like the site comes with this particular theme. So, you know, I'm going to show you exactly how I did all this, but just to show you, you know, so you have an idea as I go through things. I have two menus here. I have this menu. This is my primary menu, and this is my secondary menu. And the reason I'm telling you this is because when as I go through this training, I'm going to be showing you how to set up these menus and what I've done here, okay? Here, I just have a call to action. This is basically a lead magnet that I created myself, which if you don't have one, you don't necessarily need one if you're using MLSP, because MLSP has a lot of lead magnets that you can use even if you don't have your own. As a matter of fact, that's what these all are. You know, I have right here, people can click to register for our weekly webinars that we have every week inside of MLSP, right? Oops, shoot. Here is another lead magnet from MLSP, where it's a free 32-minute video that reveals how 4 top earners would make $5K in 30 days if they had to start from scratch. These are literally this menu is mostly just lead magnets from MLSP that I've put in here. I'm gonna show you how to do that. I have a page here called MLSP, which takes people to a page where they can learn more about why I love MLSP and what's available inside of MLSP. And then, you know, this takes them to my blog. This also takes them to my blog. I just put it in both menus because I think the blog aspect of your site is the most important piece of your whole site, because that's where you're going to be providing value to your people that come to your blog. So if someone clicks here and goes to my blog, you'll see, you know, they'll get all of these different articles that I've written, valuable articles that I've written, okay? So anyway, I'm gonna go through all of this. I'm gonna go through, you know, how to put a lead magnet here, whether it's yours or one of the MLSP ones. I'm gonna go through, you know, this is an MLSP lead magnet. This is all just widgets on the blog that are easy to put in. I have this one here. This is also the free live training on Wednesdays. That's what we're all getting on at 7 o'clock. That's this. I generate leads from this every week. So, you know, so it's these lead magnets are awesome, and this literally will take you minutes to set up. You don't have to create these lead magnets or anything like that. So that's the menu, okay? If I go back to my home page, I'll just show you, because this will make more sense as I go through showing you this particular theme. This is just a featured page, and this is like featured, each of these sections is like a featured section or whatever for your home page. So this is a featured page. Then I have here is another featured section, and I just took some of the MLSP lead magnets that are built in and I put them here, so that if somebody comes here and they want Periscope training, or they want, you know, the 6-figure residual income training or pixels and retargeting training, they can go and get it. I didn't even have to create these. So I'm going to show you how to put those on. And then I've got some examples of, you know, blog posts that I've recently done. And then down here, I just have a quote, and it just says, ready to finally achieve success. Success is nothing more than a few simple disciplines practiced every day. Jim Rohn. Yes, I'm ready. So if they click this button, it just takes them to my MLSP capture page. Okay, so there's a ton of ways to generate leads. There's also this thing along the bottom that's called the quickie bar. I'll show you that as well. You can put this on the bottom or on the top of your site. and generate leads from this as well. So this is my own personal lead magnet. Again, if they click on it, it takes them to a page where they can opt in and get added to my list. Okay, so there's a ton of ways to generate leads from your blog, and I'm gonna go through. I feel like okay. I think you guys are good. It sounded like somebody was leaving comments, and so I just wanted to make sure. Okay, so I'm gonna go through. All right, I'm gonna get into my back office, and then I'm just gonna go through how to do all this stuff. So let me first start out by saying one of the cool things about MLSP is they have this training portal. So if you're new to WordPress, this is a WordPress blog, and there's all of these amazing trainings. Jim Finale is like the tech wizard inside of MLSP, and he does the most thorough, awesome trainings on every single thing. So like if you want to know how to set up a particular theme, there's a whole bunch of themes available that I'm going to show you. You can come here and he'll show you exactly how to set up each of these themes. There's also demos that you can copy for some of the themes. So like if you like the way that the MLSP demo is set up for that particular theme, he shows you exactly how to set up the theme so that it looks exactly like that. So this training portal is amazing. It has, you know, how to navigate your dashboard, everything about blog posts, everything about pages, media library, working with images, the visual editor. So there's training on everything here. So I'm not going to go through every single little thing because it's all here, like Facebook comments. I mean, everything is explained here. So I don't have time to go through every single feature of this blog because there's so many of them. But just know that this training portal is amazing. So, all right, let me get back to my dashboard. Okay, so when you log in to MLSP sites, by the way, if you've already set up your site inside of MLSP sites, that's totally fine because you might learn something here that you can just add to your site. So if it's already set up, you don't need to go redo it or anything, but you might learn about some of the plugins and stuff that will help you generate even more leads from your blog. Let me just take a sip of water. So this is the dashboard. And the first thing that I recommend doing if you're serious about building a presence on the internet is, so when you're logged in, it's going to show you like your actual URL that you're given through MLSP. Like mine is just amystarallen.mlspsites.com. But that's not like a professional website, right? So the first thing you want to do is register a domain name or use a domain name that you've already registered. That's more, whether it's your name or for this site, I registered workwithamystarallen.com because I already have a site that I've had for a long, long time. That's my name. And that site has like, you know, hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of blog posts on it and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of videos on it. So I didn't want to go through the process of moving the whole thing over here. So I connected the two together, and this is what I'm calling my training portal. So what I did was I registered a different domain name for this, which is just workwithamystarallen.com, just to make it easy, because if you're telling somebody to go to your site and you have to say your username.mlspsites.com, it just, first of all, it sounds, you know, unprofessional, but it's also just harder for people to remember. If you want to put your website on a business card, which, you know, you should do. If you have an awesome site, you want to share it, right? So register a domain name that you can put on a business card. Register a domain name that you can put on Facebook, you know, to send people over here so that it looks professional, okay? And it's really, really, really easy to do. You'll just go to GoDaddy. There's training on all of this stuff inside of here. So I'm not going to go again in the training portal. There is a training right here on domain mapping where there's a video for, depending on, you know, it'll tell you which registrars they recommend for registering a domain name, and then it'll show you exactly how to map your domain name. So if you come down here to Tools, Domain Mapping, So you'll see I mapped this domain, workwithamystarisland.com. This took me less than 5 minutes to do. It's really, really, really easy. And so all you do is you watch the video in the training portal. They'll tell you how to do this. And then you map it. And now your site is your domain name instead of your username.mlspsites.com. So that's step one. That's what I would recommend doing if you're serious. You know, if you're going to use MLSP sites to really build a presence on the internet, you want to have a professional domain name. You don't want it to look like, you know, a subdomain of MLSP, right? So that's the first thing. And they've made it really, really easy here. So again, it's just under Tools, Domain Mapping. Okay? Real quick, let me just see if anybody, because I have my, well, let's see what's going on with these comments. I hope I didn't lose you guys. Okay. Can somebody leave me a comment? Let me know that you're still able to hear me and see me and everything, okay? I just want to make sure. All right, so I'm actually going to turn this back on because, okay, perfect. Thank you, Regina. All right. Okay. Hi, Lexi. Thank you. Okay, so that's the domain mapping piece. So the next thing that I want to talk about is choosing a theme, right? So one of the things that I love most about MLSP, okay, one of the things I love most about MLSP is that instead of like reinventing the wheel and creating their whole own, like all their own themes that are just, you know, only, you know, meant for their platform. You know, there's some other blogging platforms out there where they invent their own themes. And the problem with that is a lot of them are glitchy, you know, because they're all like personally coded and everything like that. Where here, we get to choose from some of the best themes on the marketplace, some premium themes that you would pay top dollar for if you purchase them yourself. A lot of them are like a yearly membership too, and you get them free with MLSP sites. So when you come under Appearance and go to Themes in your back office, on your dashboard rather, you will see all of these different themes to choose from. So what I have active right here is Altitude Pro. So if you want to build a site like mine, you can use the Altitude Pro theme. They're all a little bit different. They're all similar in certain ways, but there's a lot of really cool ones. There's a lot of like Beautiful is from Genesis. There's a lot of themes that are part of the Genesis collection, and these are some of the best themes on the marketplace. Divi, this is one of the top themes available right now. This theme, every single thing on this theme is completely customizable. So it's awesome if you kind of know what you're doing. I don't necessarily recommend it if you're brand new, because it'll take you a lot longer to set up, but it'll look beautiful if you know what you're doing and you are good at graphics and design and stuff like that. You can do so many cool things with this. But most of these other themes are, you know, awesome. They're all awesome, and you can do some really cool things with them. So without taking a whole lot of time and spending a week setting up your site like you probably would do with Divi, you can choose one of these and have your site ready to go really quickly. And if you set it up on a certain theme and you decide you don't like that theme, you can just pick a different theme. So right now I have this one, it says active, right? If I decided I wanted to do a different theme instead, I could just go activate. And then what it would do is it would take my content from the current theme and would move it over to the new theme. Some stuff would get messed up along the way. A lot of the plugins and stuff might not look the same, but you can just go in and tweak it, make it look better until you find a theme that you like. But like I said, there's like 20-something themes in here, and a lot of them are Genesis. They're just, there's another one. This Parallax Pro is really cool. There's a lot of really cool themes in here. And these are all themes, like I said, that you can actually buy out on the marketplace. These are some of the top WordPress themes available. This is another thing I love about MLSP is they're always state of the art. They're always, you know, they always want to do things, you know, with excellence and better than anything else out there. And that's what I really feel like is available here with MLSP site. So you can go through, and if you want to look at a live preview of any of these, you just click on live preview and it'll give you a live preview. And so, you know, if you don't want to commit and actually activate a theme, you can look at a preview. And inside of the preview, you can see what it's done is it's carried my stuff over, and it looks really weird because it's not customized. You know, like I would need to go back and customize stuff. And you can play around with the features over here. I'm going to show you how to do that in my theme. And it'll show it to you right here what it looks like as you change it. I'm not going to get too much into that right now. Whoops. Okay, so here's where you would come to choose a theme. And then when you find one that you want to use, you just click activate, and that's it. So the next thing I'm going to show you, sorry, I just need some water. Okay, the next thing I'm going to show you is some of the let's see, what did I want to do next? All right, yeah, let me show you some of the plugins, and then I'll show you the widgets, because these kind of work together. So if you come over to plugins, and if you're just getting started, this piece is going to look a little bit different than mine because I've already activated a bunch of plugins. But basically, all of these plugins that you see here, there's 89 of them, will be available to you. When you first start your blog, most of them are not going to be activated. See how this says activate? That means it's not activated yet. Let's see. You might be able to change your resolution to high definition, Kevin, on your computer. I can't, there's nothing I can do on my end about that. But basically, these are all plugins, and like if they say activate, that means they're not activated yet. So you can decide which ones you want to use. And there's stuff about these also in the training portal, but I'm going to show you particularly some of the ones that I recommend. There's one that I love, this MLSP call to action widget. You definitely want to activate that. I'm going to show you how to use that. This is the one that I use where I put all of those lead magnets all over my blog without having to create anything myself. And I can also use it to create a custom one where I can plug my own lead magnet into that as well. Okay. So MLSP call to action widget, make sure you go in and activate that. The other one I highly recommend, I recommend a lot of these. Some of the ones I'm going to be focusing on tonight because we're talking about how to get leads from your blog. This one, WP Opt-in Studio. Okay, I'm going to show you how to use this, and this is awesome. So I'm going to show you how to use this. So activate this one too, WP Opt-in Studio. And then, let's see, what else do I have here? Okay, so real quick, let me show you, anyway, let me just mention, most of these plugins are premium, if not all of them, meaning you would have to pay for them individually. If you had a blog outside of MLSP and you wanted to add some of this stuff to your blog, you would have to pay for this stuff. Like this has, you can see it has Opt-in Monster, it has Bloom, which is another opt-in plugin. There's so many cool plugins here to generate leads from your blog, most of which you'd be paying a monthly fee for if you bought them yourself. And so, you can try the different ones out, see which ones you like, see which ones you want to use, but there's so much stuff available here. They have this Instagram one, I'll show you that as well right now. And there's a YouTube channel gallery I have activated. There's all this cool stuff. So you can just come in here and choose which ones you want. And then let me just show you what some of these look like. So if I come over to my blog, you will see, so this right here, this is the WP opt-in. I'm going to show you how to, I just customized this for a lead magnet that I created myself. And this will show up on every page of my site. My homepage doesn't have a sidebar, but all the other pages have a sidebar. So this will show up on every page unless I change a setting to have a different one show up, and I'm going to show you how to do that as well. So in other words, when I write a post, I'll just show you real quick. If I write a post about Facebook like this one, you'll see if you go to this post, a different thing shows up right here. And that's because on each blog post, you can change a setting to have a different WP opt-in form show up. So since I'm writing about Facebook, I put a Facebook form here. And this is a lead magnet that was created by MLSP. I didn't have to create the content for this. It's awesome training, but I can give it away on my blog. So if I'm writing about Facebook, obviously if someone comes here and they're reading about Facebook, they want to know more about Facebook. So here's a training that they can go to learn more about Facebook. And then WP opt-in also gives you the opportunity to add whatever form you want at the bottom of your post. So depending on what I'm writing about, I'll add a custom form here for one of the MLSP trainings that's congruent with what my content is about. So this is a really powerful training. I mean, a really powerful plugin. I keep hearing noise and I don't know. Okay. Oops, where are we? Ah! I don't even know. I lost my spot here. Hold on. Okay, here we go. So here where it says want fresh leads daily, this is the MLSP call to action widget that I was talking about. So I'm going to show you how to put this on your sidebar, and you can literally pick from a huge menu of, I mean, it's literally one click and it adds this here, okay? This is also a widget that's available through this blog where I just have, it shows my Facebook fan page and you can scroll through and you can see all my latest posts or whatever. And you can like me on Facebook. This is the Instagram feed plugin that I was showing you guys. That's all that is. It automatically pulls my Instagram stuff in here and people can follow me on Instagram. This is just another widget where I put, you know, my latest blog posts so they can see all those and click on, you know, if they want to click on a post and go to a blog post. This is another MLSP call to action widget right here. Again, one click puts this on your sidebar. So I always love to promote the Wednesday night webinars like the one that's happening in a half hour because they're so chock full of valuable training. It's where I've learned most of the stuff that I know about marketing online. So I like to invite people to those because it's valuable content. And if you give away valuable content for free, people will love you. And you're giving it away in exchange for their email address. And so it's, and a lot of times, a lot of these have a place for their phone number as well. So let me see if this one does. I think this one does. Yeah, see, there's a place for their phone number. And it's not mandatory, but a lot of people will put in their phone number. And I have a whole other training that you guys can watch that I did about how to follow up with your leads. If someone puts in their phone number and you call them, they will love you for it. I've signed up a lot of people onto my MLSP team by doing this. So in any case, you're giving away valuable content in exchange for people's contact information. And so you're giving them value, you're collecting their information. And then as you continue to give them valuable information, now that you have their email address, you can send them to your blog every time you have a new post and just keep giving them value. And over time, they're going to learn to know you, like you, trust you, and want to do business with you. This is that YouTube channel gallery that I was telling you about. Again, you fill in a couple boxes with your YouTube channel name or whatever, and it pulls all your videos in here. This is another one of the MLSP call to action widgets. One click. I set this up with one click. And then this is just like a social media thing that you can add. And this is another menu. When I show you the menus, so I've got 3 menus. I've got my primary menu, my secondary menu, and my footer menu. And my footer menu and my secondary menu are exactly the same, but you get to say where you want your different menus to show up. So I'll go over that as well. So let's see, how do I want to do this? All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you real quick how to, is everyone doing all right? Let me just make sure. You're in love. Yeah, it's unbelievable what's available here and how fast you can set this up. You haven't seen anything yet. Wait till you see what I'm about to show you. You're going to love this. So, okay, so let me come back into my dashboard. And what we're going to do now is come over to Appearance and go to Widgets. Okay, so here are your widgets. And basically, a lot of these widgets are the plugins that you've activated, are also in the form of a widget. And so basically, this is my primary sidebar. This is that sidebar that I just showed you. So you can see the top thing I showed you was the WP opt-in form. And I had a little search box. An MLSP call to action thing I showed you. The Facebook like box I showed you. This is the Instagram thing, my recent posts, another MLSP call to action, the YouTube channel gallery, and the MLSP call to action. These are all the things that I just showed you on my sidebar. So let me show you how cool this is. This WP opt-in studio, basically, once you have WP opt-in studio installed, let me just show you this. You can just click add new form. And then you'll name your form, and nobody's going to see the name of it except for you. It'll show up in the drop-down menu. I'll show you that in a second, where you'll select it, where when you're putting that widget somewhere, you want to tell the widget what form you want to show up. So you name it. The opt-in form code is either, if it's from your own like autoresponder, like Aweber or whatever, you would put your form code here. If you're using an MLSP capture page, you can just literally copy the whole code from the capture page and put it in here. And it'll just take what it needs and create the form for you. And there's a video that shows you exactly how to do that. So I'm not going to take the time to do that right now because I have a lot of other stuff I want to show you. But this is where you put the code, and then you just put whatever you want your form headline to be, whatever you want the content to be. If you want a video on the form, you can have a video. And then whatever you want the button to say. If you want privacy, like I hate spam or whatever, you can put that here. And then you can choose your background. If you want a theme background, like a light or a dark theme, or if you want a solid color, whatever you want, you choose that there. Then you get to choose like your button font color, your button background color. You know, you get to select all of this, or you can just select one of these preset buttons that they've already created for you, and then you save your form. So if you look at mine, I'll just show you all of my forms. I think I only have 3 right now. Yeah, so I have 3. I have MLSP Mastery, which takes people to my Mastery capture page. I have a Facebook training, which is that one that I just showed you on my blog that I use anytime I'm talking about Facebook. I throw that up there. And then Rock Your Blog is my own lead magnet that I created. That's an ebook that I wrote about how to find your voice and rock your blog. So that's another one that I created. So I have these 3. So now when I come over to my widgets again, I know I'm going fast, you guys, but like I said, you go back and watch the replay, and there's literally a video tutorial for every single thing. Like WP opt-in forms, it's going to be over here on your dashboard when you activate the plugin, and then there'll also be a video in the training portal that'll show you exactly how to set it up in a much more detailed version than I just did. So once you have your forms set up, you can set up as many as you want. You come over here, and so you see, I put this here. And the way you put a widget in your sidebar, by the way, is you just take one of these widgets. So let's say I want opt-in monster. I just drag it up to wherever I want it to go. You know, if I want it right there, I put it right there. And then I fill this stuff in. So you just drag and drop these in whatever order you want. Like, so say I decided I don't want it there, I want it down here. I just move it, right? So I'm going to delete this because I don't want that, but I'm just showing you. That's how you just take the plugin from over here. If you want an MLSP call to action, you just drag it over. Whoops. All right, so that's how you get the widgets over here. So what I did was I dragged the WP Opt-in Studio widget over here, and then it's going to ask me which form do I want. So when I click this, you'll see here's my 3 forms that I have created. I selected the Rock Your Blog one. That's the one I want to show up by default on all of my pages. Then it'll ask you, do you want it on your home page, your archives page, your single post? You know, I just have it everywhere. And then you click Save. The search box is just simply one of these widgets. It says search. You drag it over if you want people to have the opportunity, I'll show you this, to search this website. Like they can put in a keyword and find stuff. That's all that is. So this is the Mac Daddy, I love this one, the MLSP call to action. So look how simple this is. So this right here is this right here. This is what it looks like on my blog. The reason this button is pink is because it's one of my settings that I customized, and I'm gonna show you how to do that as well. But all of this, like, I didn't do anything to this. This is how it automatically shows up. And your button will show up the default color for your theme unless you customize it. I just, you know, I like pink and this teal color. That's my blog. But that's the only thing that's customized on here. And you don't have to do it each time. You do it once in a global setting on your blog. I'm gonna go over that next. And it'll customize every button on your whole blog. You'll notice every button on my whole blog is pink. Okay, so this right here, all that is this. So I drag over an MLSP call to action widget, and then this drop-down menu, look at all of these options. I can choose any of these call to actions. So I selected the mastery sales page, and that's it. Click save, you're done, and you have this. And the cool thing about this, let me just show you real quick. There's a place for you, I'm trying to remember where that is. There's a place, MLSP integration under settings. When you set up your blog, just go in here and click on this. It'll tell you exactly what to do. You just have to connect your MLSP account to your blog, and then automatically, when you use these call to actions, it'll have your MLSP link. So when someone opts in, it's going to your list. So that's all you need to do is this MLSP integration to make that happen. It's super, super, super simple. And it's a great way to just get leads, like I said, with one click, because all you do is you slide this over here, you choose which one you want, you click save. That's it. And then, you know, same thing, the easy Facebook like box, same thing. You drag it over here, you say what you want the title of it to be, and the title, see, Amy on Facebook, that's what I titled it, right? Amy on Facebook. And then you put in your fan page URL, and you tell it how I have mine 300 pixels wide, because that just works for the sidebar. It's good. And that's it. You don't really need to do anything else. The Instagram thing, same thing. You slide it over, and you just, you know, give it a title. Recent posts, you just drag that widget over here, and then you can just give it a title. Mine says from the blog. You can have it just say recent posts if you want. This is another MLSP call to action. So see, this one is the weekly marketing webinars. So all I did was select that from here and click save. That's it. And then it shows up and it looks like this on my blog. So again, as people are scrolling through my site, they're seeing this different opportunities to click on this stuff and opt in to my list for all of this valuable stuff. And literally you can do this with one click. My YouTube channel gallery, same thing. You say what you want it to be called. It tells you how to get your YouTube API key. You put in your YouTube channel name, and that's it. Another MLSP call to action. This is my Facebook ads cheat sheet. Same thing. I selected it from this drop-down menu and click save. There's nothing else to do. And that one looks like this. And that just shows up. And like, these look awesome. And you don't have to do anything. It's so easy. Okay? So that's how I put all those widgets on my sidebar. And now let's see. So let me just show you real quick. When I come over to, whoops, that's the wrong site. That's not okay. So when I come over to, show you this one. So if I was to click on this blog post, MLSP Facebook applications, one of my favorite features of this amazing front-end system. So I often just do content about these different things about MLSP that I love, and you guys can all do that because you're going to have access to all this stuff too. And I'm going to show you another place where you can get content for your blog. If you're a member of MLSP, it just makes it super simple. So like I was telling you before, if you're writing about something particular, I used WP Opt-in, the WP Opt-in plugin, like I showed you, to create this Facebook Gone Wild box here. So what I do is if I'm writing about Facebook, I want this here instead of my personal one that shows up, you know, if I don't tell it to put this one here, the default one shows up here, which is my personal one that I created. You can also tell it to put it at the bottom, right here. So they've just read this post about Facebook. They come down and they're like, yeah, I want this 1 hour, 45-minute training about a simple scientific formula that one woman uses to get 25 plus fans and 36 plus leads per day on Facebook in 60 minutes or less, right? So they put in their name. There's so many opportunities for people to get on my list here. This thing works like magic. So let me show you how to put these in real quick. Also super simple. So if you come over to your blog, to whatever post you want to work on, first you have to create your forms and WP opt-in forms like I showed you earlier. Let me take a sip of water. And then, so here's the Facebook applications one. So if I come to my blog and I'm in edit mode, and you can do this before you even publish a post. So if you just say you just wrote this post and you just wrote about Facebook, so you want to put a Facebook capture page up, if you scroll to the bottom, see this code right here? The way that I got that there, I'll just do it again so you can see. So you just go down like you would in your editor and you click here. See it says WP Opt-in Studio button. If you click on that, you select, again, I have 3 forms that I've created, so I select which one I want to use. And I'll create more over time using all these other lead magnets that are available, because they have great Instagram ones and Periscope ones and stuff, so you can create as many as you want. You select the one that you want. So say I wanted mastery. And then at the bottom of my post, I like the wide variety. And then you just click add opt-in form. So what it did was it added that right here. Okay, that's it. When you click publish, that form will be there just like I showed you. I'm not going to do that because I already have a form there. And then the way that I got the one in the upper right instead of my default one is, see down here on your sidebar, when you're in edit mode, it says WP opt-in form setting. So I have this set to Facebook training. If you don't do anything, it'll be on default, and default will be whatever form you set to default. I have my Rock Your Blog one set to default, so that's the one that's there. But if I come in here and I change it to Facebook training, and now that Facebook training is going to show up here. So I have the one that shows up down here and the one that shows up here. And they don't have to be the same. I could have one, this one here, and I can have a different one down here. There's so many to choose from. I mean, you can mix it up as much as you want. But I love just how easy this is, so that you can literally have a different call to action at the end of every blog post and on the sidebar of every blog post that pertains to the content that you're sharing. Really, really, really powerful. Okay. Let me check you guys real quick. Yeah. I lost you. Yeah, it is much more professional than trying to build it yourself. That's the thing. They have such good graphics people and tech guys and stuff that they do a better job than we could possibly do on our own. So it just makes sense to use this platform because it's going to make you look better than if you try to do it yourself, right? Okay, so right, the next thing I'm going to show you is how to create your menus. So again, I have my secondary menu here, my primary menu here, and my footer menu here. So all you're going to do is come into your dashboard, come into Appearance, Menus, just check. Okay. So you come to Appearance and Menus, Appearance, Menus, and then, so I already have some menus that I've created, but what I'll do is I'll create a new one just to show you. So you can just click here if you won't have any menus if you are just setting up your blog for the first time. So you click Create New Menu. Give your menu a name. So, I usually call mine, like, you can call it primary and secondary, or you can call it footer. You can call it whatever you want. I'm going to call mine Demo, since this is a demo. And then just click Create Menu. And then what you're going to do is it's going to show you the pages that you've created on your blog, which, you know, if you come to pages, add new, you can create as many pages as you want. And those pages are going to show up here. So I have, you know, a contact page, my blog, why I love MLSP, and my home page. So if I wanted, say I want on my demo menu, I want my blog, my MLSP, and my home. And then I just click add to menu. So they show up here. You can move them into any order you want by dragging and dropping. So however you want them to show up on your blog. Now, let me also show you what I was showing you earlier where, remember I showed you how these are all, like these are call to actions inside of MLSP that are, you know, they're basically lead capture pages. They're not even pages on my blog, but I can make them into tabs in the menu on my blog really, really easily. And the way you do that is here with custom links. So if you want to link to a specific page, log in real quick to my MLSP back office and show you how to do this. So you come into your MLSP back office. And you come under my websites. Now there's all these different, inside of MLSP, there's a gazillion different things that you can promote. These are all like mastery pages and funnels. And then there's also like, these are MLSP campaigns. There's system campaigns, which I love. So these are like, if you want to promote like, you know, any of these, like you can see how many leads I've gotten and stuff from these. Social media automation. So if you click on like on this little magnifying glass, it'll show you exactly what the page looks like. So say I wanted to create a tab on a menu that takes people to 6 silly steps to take on Twitter for 15+ leads per day. I could take this link, copy this link, and then on my menu, where it says URL, I just paste the link in right there. And then what do I want it to say? That leads on Twitter, or whatever you want it to say on your actual menu. And then you click add to menu. So now that is now a tab on my menu as well. And you can do that for as many of these system campaigns or your mastery link or, you know, whatever you want. You can see I have 5K in 30 days. Takes people to this. These are all just capture pages inside of where I just showed you, inside of MLSP. The free weekly webinars is the, you know, the weekly webinar that we have access to every week. It's just your username.weeklywebinar, or I don't even know what it is. Your username.weeklywebinars.org. Just as a side note, I put a tracking link on all my stuff, so when I get leads, I know exactly where they're coming from. So this is a side note. But when you put a link in, like, let me show you this real quick. If I want to put this in, if I want to put this on my menu, like I have it here, free weekly webinars, I would put this link in and make it, so here I have question, so if you put $T equals, and then whatever you want to put for tracking, you can put there. So like you can put blog menu or whatever you want to put, so that when you get a lead from this capture page, when you get the notification about that lead, it's going to tell you where the lead came from. So if you have like links all over the place, it's good to know which ones are generating leads, because then you can, you know, scale your marketing according to what's working. So that's why I always use, you'll see on all of these, I think these all have the same, but let's see, MLM secrets. See how I have, it's my link to this capture page, but it says $T equals MS nav 4. So that's just how I know that they clicked on the 4th button on my navigation menu, and that's where that lead came from. It's good to know where your leads are coming from. So anyway, it's really, really easy to add, to put in a URL for, and it doesn't have to be an MLSP capture page. Like I have my own product that I promote. I can have a link to the sales page here and, name it whatever I want and add it to my menu. So this is a really great way to add some valuable things to your menu without even having to create a page on your site. And you can create as many menus as you want. And then what you do is, once you have however many things you want on your menu, you decide where do you want this to be. So if you want this to be your primary navigation, you put it there. If you want it to be your secondary one, if you want it to be both, you put it there, which I wouldn't do, the same menu in two places at the top. But you choose which one you want. I have my secondary and my footer are the same, so you can choose two. This tells it where you want the menu to go. Okay, and so that's menus. Guys, let me know if you have questions about this. I know I'm going really fast, but again, I just want to get through this so that you guys can get on the next one as well. And then let's see. So the next thing I'm going to go over, and this is the main big thing that I want to show you guys, to really make the blog your own, because whatever theme you choose is going to have a default color scheme, default font, and all of that. So let me show you how you can customize all of that really, really easily. So if you come over to Appearance, Customize, click on Customize. And then what's going to happen is it's going to show you your blog. Make sure you guys can still see. Okay. Okay. So where are we here? Customize. So what it's going to do is it's going to show you your blog over here, and it's going to show you all the things that you can customize over here. And as you customize these, it's going to change it in real time right here. And it won't actually be live on your blog until you click Save and Publish. You'll see that in a second. So you can play around with stuff, and you don't have to publish, you don't have to commit until you click Save and Publish. So let me show you. So as we come through, it's going to show you your theme. This is the theme that I'm using. If you want to change it, you click this, and it'll give you the opportunity to choose a different theme. Typography, this is where, it's going to give you like all the different parts. I have all the default stuff selected for this piece, but like it gives you all of the stuff that you can customize. And you can use Google Fonts on here too, which is really cool. Right, so I didn't do anything to that. Site identity, your site title, and tagline. And this is actually an image that I created to match the rest of my blog, because when I did it with just text, it was showing up really big and I didn't like it. So I just created an image with no background. I can show you how to do that real quick too. And then that goes here. See where it says header image? It shows you what your current header image is. So this is my current header image, and it doesn't have a background, so it just shows the text. And if you want to hide it, like if I click hide, it'll change it real time, right? Now it's gone, and it just has the name of my blog there. I'm not going to save it, so it shouldn't. Oh no, I didn't just screw that up. Hold on a second. I'm going to leave this page real quick because I think otherwise it's going to, you might keep it that way, and I don't want it to. Okay, customize. Okay, so put that back. So that's my header image. Colors. So if you want an accent color, this accent color just shows up in random places on your blog. This is the color that I have chosen, so you'll see it in random places on my blog. So if you have a certain accent color you want, that's where you put it. Header image I showed you. So menus, it shows me all my menus, and then it shows me what they're currently set to. Like this one is set to primary, this one is secondary and footer. So these are all my menus, and then you can customize that there. Widgets. So front page 1, front page 2, front page 3. That's all of these sections of my front page in this particular theme are widgetized. So you'll see right here is a call to action. And if you look, it's an MLSP call to action, and it's a custom one. So when you, in the MLSP call to action, I showed you how you can select any of these, right? And if you select any of these, there's nothing else to do. But if you do custom, see it changed it to that one? If you do custom, you can give it a title, give it some text, say what the button you want the button to say and where you want the button to go. I always do open link in new window. And then this is what that looks like. So I just did a custom one. That's it. And this just goes to a capture form for my lead magnet. So you can select a different one, you know, like this. Again, this is an MLSP call to action, but watch what happens. Like if I select mastery, it'll change it. And now it's, you know, oh, this is the Facebook ads cheat sheet. So it puts that there. So you can put whatever you want. If you don't have your own lead magnet, just use one of theirs. And again, it's going to put a button there, and it's going to make the button whatever color. I'm going to show you where to do that right now. But I don't want that. I want my custom. So let's see if it remembers my custom one. Yeah, so it'll change it back. So isn't this cool? It changes it back in real time. And then like the next one, see Genesis featured page. So that's what this is. It's a featured page. This is a page on my blog where I show why I love MLSP. I give people the opportunity to join MLSP, and I have some bonuses for people when they join my team, and that's all on this page. That's my featured page. Okay, and then like front page 3, I have 3 MLSP call to actions here. See this? Periscope, 6-figure residual income, and pixels and retargeting. All I did was put these call to actions here, and it puts them in here. Someone's got a question or something. I need a weekend and lots of coffee. Kevin, you know what? It shouldn't take a weekend. You can literally do this in a couple of hours or less. I mean, it might take you a couple of hours if you're watching this replay and you're stopping and trying to implement all of this, but it's really, really awesome. Okay, so you can customize each of these sections, like, yeah, so this is featured posts from my blog, is this section, right? So it says from the blog, and I have whatever posts I want to feature there. So that's from page 4. From page 5, I don't even have in there. From page 6, I don't have in there. From page 7 is this. MLSP call to action. Again, it's just this is a link to my mastery page. You know, I did it custom so I could put my own text and headline in there. And then the link is just to my mastery page, again, with question mark T equals, so I know where the leads are coming from. Okay, and then footer, I just have simple social icons, which is another widget that you can customize. I just say, let's connect, and then you can customize everything about it here. And so that's what this is. So anyway, that's what these are, these widgets, okay? So static front page, I have my blog set up with a static front page. If you want the home page of your site to be your blog, you can just change this to your latest posts. I have it as a static page. My front page is called home, and then where all my blog posts are, you basically create a page, name it whatever you want. I would call it blog if you're gonna have all your blog posts there, and just create an empty page and publish it, name it blog, and then select it here. And basically that means when somebody clicks on this, where it says blog, it'll take them to your blog. So if you want your blog to be your front page, you just click your latest post as your front page. Site layout, I have content and primary sidebar. There's a few other full width content, or you can have your sidebar and then your content, up to you. All right, I'm not going to go through every one of these. The main thing I want to show you here is global defaults. This is where, see where it says buttons? I selected this color, and that's why every button on my site is this color. That's where I did it, in global defaults. And this is a great place to come and change stuff. If you want to change, the size of your text, if you want to, you can choose a font. Like, look at all these fonts. So you can, you know, look at this. You can have your blog look literally however you want it. There's so many options. So that's a good one. That's global defaults. And then headings, you can come in here and change the size. A lot of the stuff, like I said, I didn't customize this hardly at all. I changed a couple things. But most of these, you know, I didn't even do anything to. Trying to see, I mean, this is just all where you can come in and change colors and stuff for any part of your blog. And as you do it, it's going to show up here so you can see what it looks like. So this is where you customize it. And this is going to be for whatever theme. This isn't just for this theme. Any theme that you choose, when you click on customize, it's going to have all these here. And you can come in and you can play around with your different, you know, with all the different settings and everything, all the different colors or fonts or whatever you want to do. Okay. And then I just want to show you this quickie bar thing. This is just one other way that you can generate leads. This thing on the bottom of my blog where it says, you know, it's just a bar. You can have it on the top of your blog or on the bottom. Let me just show you what it looks like here. So, this quickie bar, it's just a plugin that you activate. And then, so here's the one that I have. You can click create new bar and create a new one. And you know, this tells you, like, I've gotten 37 viewers and I've gotten 2 leads so far from this thing. And if you click create a new bar, you just, you know, you select which kind of bar you want, and then you just fill this out. You know, what do you want the bar to say? What do you want the button to say? Where do you want the button to go, basically? And that's it. And then you have a new bar. And then you can just, since I didn't do this, I don't think it's giving me the option of where I want it to go, but it'll give you the option to, visibility. So you can select, you know, where you want it to go. Oops. You can select top, bottom, wherever you want it to go. Oops, quickie bar. Okay. All right, so if I click edit on this, you'll see this is like everything that I filled in about what it says, what my button says. So if I go to visibility, I have it so that it shows up immediately when someone goes to my site. It shows up everywhere. If you just want it on pages or posts or homepage only or whatever, you can tell it what to do here. All devices. You know that there was a place to say whether you want it on the top or the bottom. Is that options? Yeah. You can pick skinny, thin, regular, tall. I have mine at the bottom. But you can put it at the top, how you want it aligned. So this is really cool too. It takes like 2 seconds to set it up. And again, it shows up, it looks like this. And so every time someone comes to your blog, mine's on the bottom, but you can have it at the top. It's just there. Mine's on every page. So it's just there. People see it. They can click on it and get my cheat sheet. And you can, again, you can create this using one of the MLSP lead magnets that I showed you. You can literally use any of them and create a little quickie bar to generate leads. Like you can say, like, learn how to generate leads on Facebook. You know, yes, please, whatever you want your button to say. And then when they click on it, it goes to, you know, like find a Facebook, like social media insanity. You could have it go to like, that one's already open, I think. Yeah, so this is the Facebook marketing gone wild. So when they click on it, it takes them here and they can put in their name, email, phone number. You know what I mean? So you can like use this to create a quickie bar. Here's the URL. It's going to have your username on it. You can put $T = quickie bar, and then you know where that lead came from. So again, you don't have to have your own lead magnets. If you do, you can use them. That's awesome. But if you don't, it's fine, because we have, look at all the stuff we have to choose from back here. So the other thing I just want to mention is that Rob Four, who's one of the top MLSP wizards on the planet, has set up these blogs with all of his SEO settings. So it's going to be really easy to get your stuff to rank. And there's a training in the in the training portal about how to do those settings and everything. Okay, so that's something that you definitely want to do, because you're gonna have a huge advantage on getting your blog post to rank and getting way more traffic to your blog. So if you're generating valuable content and putting it out into the marketplace, people are gonna find it and you're gonna get leads. You're gonna get a lot of leads if you have opportunities like this all over your blog for people to opt in and get leads, okay? So the last thing I wanna do is in case you're wondering, well, what am I supposed to blog about? How am I supposed to create valuable content? You saw some of the stuff that I have. If you're inside of MLSP, there is so much training back here that you have access, to. If you go through this training, not only is it going to help you learn how training. So not only is it going to help you learn how to get leads using all these different marketing strategies, but look at all this. There's whatever you want to do, whatever you want to learn, you can learn. You can learn Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, Meetup, copywriting, YouTube pay-per-click. I mean, whatever it is that you want to learn, you can learn here. But the other nice thing about this is when you learn this stuff, you can also turn around and teach it on your blog. So say you're doing like retargeting pixels and tracking, right? So here you go. Here's all these videos that are going to show you exactly how to do this. So if you write a blog post about that, then what you can do is come over here to your system campaigns, and there's a system campaign, profit with pixels, right? So you can take this and make it into, whoops, where did it go? You can make it, so you can make this into one of those WP opt-in things that you can add to the bottom of your blog post and the side of your blog post. So if you just learned how to use pixels, you can do a blog post, shoot a video, teach people what you learned. And then you can add a lead magnet at the bottom and on your sidebar for something that's completely relevant. Don't you think that your audience is going to opt in to get this? You know, they're going to opt in to get this, and you're going to get leads. So there's no shortage of information where you can learn things and then teach it. I mean, that's all I've done the whole time I've been blogging. I started blogging like 8 years ago because I wanted to learn how to market on the internet. And every time I would learn anything, I would turn around and teach it on my blog. And over time, I generated a following because people were like, wow, she's just kind of teaching stuff as she goes. People like to follow people that aren't like wildly successful yet, because they're like, wow, I can just kind of ride on their coattails and do what they do. Like I did a blog post a long time ago, like I just generated my first 5 leads on the internet. This is how I did it. And I did it using one of these MLSP trainings, and I talked about it. And I showed exactly what I did, and I said, I learned this inside of MLSP. Here's my MLSP link if you want to see what it is. And they can go and they can learn more about MLSP. So you can do the same thing. And if you're learning stuff every day inside of MLSP, go blog about it. Show people what you're learning, provide value for them, and then give them the opportunity to go further. Give them the opportunity to get even more. You know, you're teaching your version of what you just learned about pixels. Give them the opportunity to learn even more. And then also give them the opportunity to join you inside of MLSP. You know, I have MLSP join links all over my site, on a lot of my blog posts, on my sidebar, you know, like I showed you guys. Like on my blog sidebar, one of the things that I have right here, this is, again, this is the only thing that's customized. I did that in my global settings, like I showed you, I made it pink. But this is just that MLSP call to action widget. And when someone clicks on this, it takes them to this page, which takes them to the Mastery Sales Funnel. So it's basically, it's not a certain training about a certain strategy. It's showing them what MLSP is. That's it. I've got this stuff all over my blog so that people, because I'm constantly talking about the system, I want to give them the opportunity to learn more about it. So anyway, I know I went really fast. I'm losing my voice. I think I covered everything I was going to cover. Oh, I was going to show you guys, if you want to create your own little logo with no background so that you can put it in as a header image. That was the one thing I didn't show you. It's super, super simple. I use PicMonkey, which is picmonkey.com. It's free. I have the upgraded account, which has more features, but I'm pretty sure that with the free account, you can do this. So all I do is I go to design, and then for the canvas color, you click transparent, apply, and then text. And this is cool because PicMonkey has a lot of really cool text available, fonts available. These are all PicMonkey fonts that you can use to create your whatever you want to write, your site name and tagline. But you can also, it also pulls in all your fonts from your computer. So I have, these are all fonts, you know, that are on my computer. So between theirs and mine, there's tons to choose from. So you just click add text, and then you type, you know, your name and your tagline or whatever. And you can put more than one text box. So if you want like your tagline to be separate, you can do that too. And then, you know, you select your font. So I used rock salt. Let's see. So rock salt, that's what I did with mine. And then you can, I think I have mine, I have this one a different color, you know, so you can pick whatever color you want, you know, if you want it to be a different color or whatever. And then see how this canvas is gigantic? Then all you want to do is come over here to crop, and then just crop it. And that's it. And then apply, and then save, and then it'll save to your computer. Save it to your computer. And now what happens is there's no background on this. So when you upload it to your blog, trying to figure out right here. So when you upload it to your blog, it'll just, oh man, it just happened. Ah, I can't even find my blog anymore. Okay, so when you upload it to your blog, you'll see, depending on what color this is, like I think on my homepage it's a little different, but it just, there's no, see how here, it just, there's no background, so it works. So that's how I did that, super simple. Right, now I wanna see, I lost you guys, see if you guys have any questions. And yes, there's, you can use videos on your themes too. A lot of the themes, Kevin, have where you select the background image for the theme, there's an option to select a video as well. So you just need to play around with that in your customization, where I showed you where you go to Appearance, Customize. You can choose, on a lot of themes, you can choose an image or a video. And if it's a video, usually you put in a URL for like a YouTube video or whatever, and it'll put it there. So yeah. Do you guys have any other questions? I know you want to jump onto the MLSP webinar, so I don't want to keep you much longer. Again, I recommend going back and, hold on, let me stop sharing my screen so I can see you, or you can see me. Okay, so again, I recommend going back and watching the replay. I know it went really, really fast, but I wanted to give you everything I could. And so I just showed you all of that in an hour. So like I said, in like a couple of hours, you can have your whole site set up. Now, if you want to get super customized, again, I barely customized anything on my site, but if you want it to be super customized, you can just take a little more time and go in and tweak every color and every font and make it as cool and as nifty as you want. I didn't do that on my site. As you saw, most of my settings in the customize section were like still on the default settings. I changed like the color of my buttons and my accent color. It's pretty much it. So, yep. But it's really easy to change. You know, you can change, every font can be different for each section of your blog or however you want it to be. But if you want to just make it quick and get your blog up, you can do it really, really easily with this. And I recommend doing that because this thing is a lead generation machine, especially if you go in and take the time to go through the training portal and learn the SEO settings so that you can customize your SEO settings so that when you optimize a blog post for a certain keyword, long tail keyword, you can rank in the search engines and people can find it. You'll get a lot of traffic, and from all that traffic, you're going to get a lot of leads. What do you mean, how do I close, Kevin? I'm not sure what you mean by that. While I'm waiting for you to reply, because I think there's a delay, I just want to say, if you are here as a guest, get back with the person who invited you here. If you would like to get a $10 trial for MLSP, which includes everything that I showed you in that back office of MLSP, but it also includes MLSP sites. And you can get in there and literally set up your site, play around with it for 10 bucks. So get back with the person who invited you here. If I invited you here, you should have an email waiting for you that went out like halfway through this webinar with a link to get started with MLSP and get your trial. So just go look for an email from me. Kevin, I'm still waiting to know what you mean by how do you close? Do you mean how do I close sales? I mean, I'm just not sure. A lot of my MLSP training for closing on a sale. I did a whole training on that. It's on my blog that I just was showing you. So if you go to, let me show you where it's at. I'll show you exactly how I do it because MLSP has an amazing contact relationship software. It's like state of the art. It's so good. And that's what I use. So when people opt in to my stuff, they're going to get emails from me, and MLSP gives you all the follow-up emails. But if they put in their phone number, I use my contact relationship manager to stay in touch with them. Where is that? Let's see. Hold on a second. Did I not even put that on here? Yeah, here. How to properly follow up with your leads and prospects. Wait, how to properly follow up with your prospects and turn your leads into sales. This is another training just like this that I did for my team where I did a webinar. There's two parts of it because we had a technical glitch, so I had to do two. I did one. This is part one. This is part two. And this is where I show you exactly how I follow up and close my sales. But you know, a lot of them don't even require a phone call. If they don't leave a phone number, that doesn't mean that they won't sign up with MLSP. It's a no-brainer. When they see what's available and how they can get a $10 trial, people will sign up without you calling them. But if they do put in their phone number, because like I said, a lot of these forms have a place for a phone number. Most of them do. So if someone puts in their phone number, I call them. And that training, I show you exactly what I do. Yep, you bet. So, and you can find my training portal that I was just, that's what I created inside of Sites. My main blog links to it, or you can just go to workwithamystarallen.com. If you just go to amystarallen.com, you'll see it like here, Traction Marketing Training Portal, and that takes you to this site that I just showed you. And this whole site is about how to use MLSP to become the hunted instead of the hunter and use attraction marketing to build your business. Does anyone else have any questions? If not, we will close it out. Again, get back to the person who sent you here. If you would like to get started with a $10 trial for MLSP, I cannot recommend this platform enough. It's literally changed my life. Just to give you a little bit of background, I was in the network marketing industry for many, many years before I decided I wanted to get on the internet. I didn't want to take my flip chart to coffee shops anymore and show the plan in person and do home meetings and all of that stuff. I wanted to learn how to, get in front of a bigger audience. I was a single mother at this point, and I didn't want to have to leave my house. And so I was committed to learning how to market on the internet. And I joined MLSP about 7 years ago. And this is where I've learned pretty much everything I know about internet marketing. So like I showed you in that back office, every kind of training that you could possibly imagine is available in here. Every marketing strategy, and there's like in-depth training on all of these. Not to mention, you get all those different capture pages like I showed you. There's just so much that you can give away to generate leads, but all of these different trainings are going to show you how to generate leads, because without leads, you do not have a business. So if you're ready to take your business to the next level and do it online and use attraction marketing so that you don't have to cold call people that are not interested in what you have. I mean, let me just tell you, when someone leaves their phone number on one of these forms and you call them, they're happy to hear from you. Some of them are ecstatic because to them, you're like a celebrity. And they're like, oh, this person's calling me. And so in that training that I just pointed out to you, Kevin, I go over that because that's exactly what I do in that training. Is I call the people that left their phone number, and so I talk about that whole process and how to keep track of all of them and everything in your back office. So anyway, that was a whole separate training. So anyway, if nobody has, let me check one more time, see if there's any other questions, and if not, I will let you go and jump on the next training. It looks like there's no more questions. All right, guys. Well, thanks for coming out. Have a great night. Look for an email from me. If you are interested in getting started with MLSP, you should have one from me if I invited you here. And if not, please get back to the person that invited you here. And we look forward to working with you and having you on our team. Have a great night, guys. Bye.